whatever you do, don't let it fall into the wrong hands.
Yeah, you guys had just left the temple of... what is that temple called?
I gotta load up all the things.
Bingo bango.
Shigambi's Shrine, I believe.
And there were those cat creatures outside that aren't Komodos, but they have a name kind of like it.
That we
Kamadan.
didn't kill.
Komodan, yeah.
Having unceremoniously retreated from the clay gladiators who were robotically chasing you in a very sort of logical fashion. You see Orvex basically says, okay, so, I mean, that could have gone worse, right? Right?
Yeah. Yeah!
Could have died.
Yeah, true.
Dude, we nearly had that one.
Yep, totally. I'm just going to lean against this wall for a second. Oh, where should we go?
Careful.
Oh gosh, he just keeps
invisible.
he's got a bit of a paunch and he just keeps wiping sweat off his brow. Is basically the situation.
Same.
I haven't logged the actual campaign.
Caesar is a very sweaty boy after running more than 10 meters in one go.
I have no idea how much health I have at the moment.
I don't have that much.
I'm on a hot solid 7.
Nice.
Both hot and
Okay
solid.
for health, but I think I'm bad for spell slots.
Can we have
I
some
could probably
sort
do a
of rest?
short rest. Oh, I loaded the wrong campaign. Classic.
So
Classic. There we go.
let me
Finally
know
things
if
loaded up.
y'all want to move into the city proper or if you're going to hover around this particular shrine, because that will determine which map I
Can we
put
have
you
a look
on.
at the map again?
Yeah, can we have a look at the big one?
Let's do
If
that.
we're looking for someone to hide, the things in there didn't activate until we got to them, and they may not care about us. If we just want to go back inside and rest.
Aren't there some snaky leopards?
We knocked one of them out, and then it ran away. There was a breeding pair of them, right? And they
Yeah,
ran away.
Banished the other, I think.
You assume there were two.
No,
We saw two.
we banished
We
one
did
of
see
them.
two,
Beat
yeah.
Oh,
the other
sorry.
one up.
You saw two.
The other
That
one
was it.
rounded the corner as we banished, and then we reaction
fused
banished
it
it and
inside.
pegged it inside.
Yeah.
Nice.
Apparently, I'm healed up.
Okay.
So what conclusion did we come to after failing that temple? Is it
We
we're
are
not
not
ready for
prepared.
it, or we need to know something else, and we need to go find out how to deal with it in somewhere
There's
else?
probably
in
some
the city?
clue in the fight with honor thing that we read last time. But
I mean, there was a big ring as well. Maybe you just got to beat him in the ring, wrestler boy.
but they hit so hard.
I mean, I'm happy to go in there and beat them in the ring.
I mean,
Right.
do we wanna take a quick nap here? Try again?
At
Go
least,
for round 2, definitely.
yes.
Gonna have to
So
But-
should we
quick
go
nap.
in the doorway again and see if they start moving? And if they don't, then we take a short rest.
Like within the temple.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow, we got to sneak past the cats again.
But the cats have buggered off. In a weird way, I'll be more happy inside the temple because at least the cats aren't going to get us.
What can we get from this temple?
Why were we doing these temples again?
Yeah.
Something said do all the temples.
Did it?
Yeah, there was graffiti. At the start.
Orvex, you had a conversation with Orvex in which you discovered that he was helping the Red Wizards acquire puzzle cubes.
Puzzle cubes. Ah.
What the hell's a puzzle cube? What am I, a nerd?
Well,
Yeah. What are we, nerds?
they believe it is the way that they can gain access to, I don't know, the riches that exist in this city somehow. They kept talking about making stops on the way to going underneath the city and getting what it is that they're after. I mean, they didn't give me all the details, but they kept saying that, we need the cubes, we need to go collect them. I mean, that's why I told you guys about this nearby one that I knew about.
So
Riches,
which cubes?
huh?
Which cubes did they get?
Well, I don't know. I mean, we'd only just begun our expedition when all the snake people came and slaughtered most of them, and then I was stuck under many rocks. Thanks again, big guy, for the rock removal. Feeling great
You're
right
welcome. So when we were inside that temple,
I assume.
could we tell that it hadn't already been ransacked, right? There wasn't any obvious signs that anything had been taken.
Make an insight check, and then fuck, I'm getting confused. Jex and Professor Fleeb can make comments while you're making that check.
When we tried to pry open the what I assume was a stand.
Yeah, because we opened, didn't we?
We activated the trap.
You got poisoned.
Yes, we got poisoned.
Yeah. Any comments from Jex before I do the inside check?
Let's see. Was there anything messed up? They had all their spears.
No, they didn't have any spears.
Yes,
The golems had the spears.
The statues didn't.
Right.
But
Okay.
we made them drop. We made one drop one, but then we don't know if it picked it back up again until we go back in.
Caesar, you're a very logical dwarf, and your sort of like basic reasoning leads you to believe that because the spears were still in the hands of the golem, and because the trap still had energy to release poison on you, that you get the sense that the shrine is still holding its cargo, but you know very little about the situation. This is more of an inference.
Yeah, that makes
Right.
sense. Still bullshit happening.
Because he's
therefore-
probably looking out for a
Yes.
massive sign left by someone saying, "Puzzle was ear." Thanks. Funny face.
In the style of the graffiti that I think you left
Yeah.
in the gatehouse.
Well, I didn't see any of that, but you know,
Oh, well,
maybe
yeah,
they
when,
forgot.
when Orvex mentions riches again, I'm just like, yeah, maybe I can be a nerd.
Wait, money? I'm in.
Yes, I mean, they kept talking about, that it was very important that they get beneath the city, but all the different sort of members of their group seemed to have different ideas about what they were going to do with this soul sphere thing. They kept saying, maybe we'll keep it, maybe we'll destroy it, maybe we'll use it for higher purposes. I mean, they're kind of a disagreeable bunch.
Not like us, huh?
No, not at all. And he kind of raises his eyebrows a little bit.
I give him a high five for agreeing with me.
Nice. You high five successfully.
So, guys, we cooked those guys a little bit. Maybe they won't be able to sit down and recover the way we can. What do you say we take a break, we have some lunch, and then we try again?
Can I do knowledge golems?
You want to know as much about clay golems as you can?
Yes.
Okay.
You had me
That-
at lunch.
That would be an Arcana check.
I'm gonna. Okay, no, go for it.
Sorry, I haven't been in. I
out,
missed
sorry.
out on the opportunity to be inspired.
Okay, with a
I'm out until we rest
14,
anyway.
you're confident that just like golems and constructs that you are familiar with, they fall within the realm of they have to be given form, they have to be imbued with power, and they're given like either simple or complex instructions according to how sophisticated the spell is, and they fulfill those instructions to the letter. They're sort of like arcane automatons.
Guard the tomb.
So I'm like, I immediately turn to Fleeb and like, so Prof, you know if those guys are gonna heal?
Based on your... Sorry, I was going to
No,
give
no,
you some
no,
information
no.
based
You,
on your
you,
check.
you tell me that, and then I will reply.
Yeah, exactly. Your brain, your arcana memory, tells you that they have sort of the same kind of ability to recover that you guys would. They require time. So, for example, if an hour passes, they could conceivably take a short rest.
They do kind of. It's sort of like they can like squish the clay around a bit.
So if anybody doesn't need a rest,
I think I've got. I look down. I think I've got a hole where a spear once was.
I'm not actually sure what my hit points are at because my token I don't think was connected to my character sheet. So my character sheet's still at full. But my token's on the different map.
I can have a look at the other map if you feel like you would have updated the token.
Yeah, I think I was tracking health on the token because I thought
Let me have a...
I'm like at a third health. But I remember taking lots of damage from them when they were doing.
Yeah,
Let me have
I'm
a
on
look.
7 hit points.
They had like triple.
Jex,
least double.
Jax has 26 hit points according to his icon.
My maximum.
I will update that. I do not have 61.
Who else is asking about their hit points?
I know how many I've got.
No, I knew how many I had as well.
Sweet.
Okay,
That's
so if we like rules on quick rest, I can't remember. Is that's where hit dice get used, right?
Precisely, yes.
Is there a number of hit dice you can use in a quick rest?
Yeah, it's equal to your level. So if you're level
I see.
6, you have 6 hit dice. And
Yeah, you can use this throughout the day.
yeah, and you can use like 2 for the first short rest and maybe 3 for the next short rest. And the die is determined by your class. So a wizard probably has like something shitty like a D6 or something.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Understood. Okay. Like we could have a really, really, really stringent power nap. Use a buttload of dice.
I mean, people get bonus.
Spell wise, my banishment probably wouldn't do anything to them.
Why not?
Well, other than
It would
it for 60 seconds or whatever.
Yeah. It removes one of them from the fight, which is, to be fair, useful. But
I can do the same thing as well. We can fight them 2 at a time.
Sorry, I asked a question. Good. When it comes to short rests and spell slots, I don't recover any, do I?
You do
Or
if
do
you
I
have
recover?
arcane recovery.
Which
Yeah,
I
you
would do.
specifically have the ability to recover a certain amount.
I probably should write that in the description of what it is. Because I
Yeah,
do
I
have
think-
arcane recovery. It was written down for me. Yeah, spell slots will be a common level that is equal to once per day. When you finish a short rest, you can choose expend spell slots to recover. My arcane recovery is at 0, which implies I've already used it.
Yeah, but the you could have used it in the previous short rest because you guys haven't really slept.
Yeah, that's the reason why I'm saying I can't use that again. So I'm stuck on the spell slots I have.
Got it.
Do you have a banish slot?
No, I cannot cast any more 4th level spells.
Okay, so maybe we take a rest anyway because we're hurt, and then we go look around a bit more. We can come back here when we're fresh.
I'd rather fight the frog than those dudes.
To the frog!
By the way, is the spear that I had cooking and I kept it cooking
Yeah.
when we ran away? Is that anywhere?
Well, I believe you continued to listen closely and you rolled a very good perception check and you heard it like clang to the ground inside the temple because, the thing kept going as the gladiators presumably retreated further inside the temple.
Okay. So if we're poking our heads in, is that visible in there?
Well, currently you're on the outskirts of the shrine. Are you walking into the shrine to have a look?
If the things have stopped moving, then I'll peek back in, yeah.
You don't see any sign of the snakes/leopards at the moment, but you get the sense that one of them may be around. So roll me a stealth check if you're going to try and look inside the shrine.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I don't roll that.
Oh, yeah, because you're a halfling, right?
Oh,
There we go.
Nice. With the 17, your jovial form manages to tiptoe into the shrine and sort of
I
lean
make
in.
it look like I'm about to trip over like a pratfall kind of thing and then do a cool combat roll.
Yeah, I'm imagining like John Belushi and the Blues Brothers, like trying to get into the concert hall. Cool. So basically, you lean in, you have a look around. You don't see any sign of the spear, but make a perception check to see what details you notice.
Okie dokie. Press this button. My good old +2%. Oh, nice.
Yeah, you're very confident that the spears are nowhere to be seen, and the statues still don't have any spears in their hands. So you conclude that they must have eventually retrieved it and taken it back to their little holding area.
So I'll come back out, rejoin the guys,
Nice.
hop over the wall, or under it, or whichever.
We're under it. Yeah.
You
And be like-
rejoin.
All right, guys. Let's have lunch.
Now you're talking my language.
I'm gonna cook, and I'm gonna cook in flavorfully. That's gonna be my song of rest.
Okay, so you guys are taking a short rest plus food. Is that the idea?
Yeah, I'll rustle up some food.
Okay.
What does that let us do?
Awesome.
Song of Rest is if you're spending hit dice, you get a d6. So the first hit die you spend in this rest, you'll get an extra d6.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Everybody make a perception check.
Ooh,
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
before we even roll
Boom.
it.
Oh my lordy. Oops.
You
Sorry.
actually roll with advantage,
Yeah,
Paul, but it's
yeah.
alright, I got the 24
Eight.
anyway.
20 way.
Sure.
Okay. So, Professor Fleeb, Scramble, and wow, so many checks from Bear there. I'll take the first one. Actually, I'll say just for funsies, Jax is absorbed in his cooking, and it was a kind of a borderline check.
Yeah.
So, Professor Fleeb and Scramble, you notice these what can only be described as snake people emerging from the bushes behind Jax as he is cooking.
Dang it.
How close?
They're within about 15 feet, I would say. You've got like a split second to react. What do you do?
I colour spray over the top of Jax.
Nice. Okay. So if you're intending to attack, then everybody can roll initiative, and then we'll just give you two a surprise round specifically. So everybody, wait. Have you selected your? Actually, I'll move you onto this new screen just to simplify things.
This is before we've done any healing, right?
I will say. Let me just roll a quick check.
I feel like we can roll one dice then. I know you're cooking though.
Sorry, this is a whisper check. You've actually. This is at the end of your short rest. So whatever short die rolls to restore hit points you've done or intend to do,
so I'm
do
gonna
those
so yeah.
first.
Sweet.
Right, cool.
So the way you do your hit dice, you can do them one at a time and see the result before you decide to spend more.
Yep.
So I'm going to press my hit die button,
Okay.
and then I'm going to roll an extra d6.
I'm gonna do something similar. +2, cool. And then
Okay, so
Sorry,
that's
what's happening with
on
this
first
food
one.
stuff?
If you're spending hit dice this short rest,
15
your first
straight
hit die that you spend, you also roll an extra d6. All right, I'm stopping at 57.
Yeah, I could roll one more if I wanted to max out. Do you get all your hit dice back on a long rest?
Long rest, yeah.
We'll have to take one at some point, aren't we? So.
Yeah, I guess the next one's going to be probably our last one, so yeah, might as well heal.
That maxes me out and then some.
As a reminder, Dan, you're still going to have mage armor.
Oh yeah, 2 over the top.
Nice.
Cool. Yep, spent most of my hit
What
dice.
did
to
that
fully
one
heal.
do again?
It does that. So your base AC becomes 13.
Oh, nice. It's not even concentration.
Nice. And I think it's 13 plus your dex modifier or something like that.
And I think you don't have you haven't spec'd into wisdom modifiers for your monk class, have you?
No, I did.
Oh, you
So
did. So maybe this is just worse.
It's the same.
Well,
That's okay. I think this
yourself?
spell was active from a much earlier point in the day, so it's not like Fleeb needs to recast it or anything.
Yeah. In between those two sessions,
Oh yeah, we did.
Caesar's gotten better at having wisdom. I think.
Yeah, we rejigged that
Respect
a little bit just to make it more what Dan wanted.
Nice.
Okay,
That makes
let's
total
fight
sense.
things.
I
Got
am
rid of that.
going to cast Scorching Ray on the
Oh,
poor
also-
bastard. Oh,
Just before you continue, sorry to interrupt you. You recognize this as the same group. Somehow, like the scars on their face and the sort of weird rags they're wearing around their snake bodies sort of remind you of that exact group you saw outside your dome, your tiny hut.
the Froghemoth.
Yeah,
place,
just
yeah.
They seem like the same group that was sort of scoping you out then, and you sort of realize this in this moment. So go ahead with your attack.
I mean, the was his name Orvex also mentioned the snake people bad.
It's true. Sorry, Professor
Ooh,
Fleet, you. Oh wow,
Which are
Scorching
you
Ray.
pointing the rays at?
I think there's 3 rays, right?
Let me just.
Ping.
You create 3 rays of fire and hurl them at targets within range. You can hurl them at one target or several. Make a ranged spell attack for each ray. On a hit, Each target takes 2d6 fire damage. Let's spread this damage. I've got 3 rays. I'll aim for the 3 that are kind of effectively in front of me and give them 1 bolt each.
So
this
that
one-
one,
oh, no.
the
One ray
type 2, and then the type 1 over there. Okay, cool.
So that was my first attack. Might as well do the
Yeah, roll. So your damage is. Oh, do you
Two.
get to double for crit?
2d6. So 2d6.
Cool.
So well, if you click Scorching Ray, it might do all 4 of them. You see on the text under your roll.
Oh, if I click that, you mean? If I click Scorching Ray, you mean?
Yeah, the word
Where-
Scorching Ray
where
just
it
on
came in the
120
text
feet.
box, yeah.
That should, in theory, roll it for you.
Oh, I
Okay.
see.
Oh,
Oh,
so
so
that's
that,
one at a time, but sure.
And yeah, added the extra crit damage. So there you go, 17.
So is that
I see,
one?
okay.
Is that 1 ray?
That's
yeah,
one
that's
ray.
1 ray.
Okay. And are you targeting this creature here?
Sorry, can you please say that again? I was covered with a.
Sorry, I'm pinging this guy on the left.
Yeah, sure, that one. Yeah,
Okay, so
that one, and then
nice. You see the ray sort of burst across its snaky jawline and scorch it in an unpleasant manner. Go on.
I'll do the one behind him. I think that's still in range. Must still be in range. The one behind that guy will be fired with that 12. That might miss.
It hits actually. Oh wait, no,
Okay.
sorry. Let me double check. They each have like different things going on. Nope, that definitely hits. Go on.
Okay, then it does 7.
7 fire damage. Okay, you see this guy get
and-
scorched to a lesser degree.
And because I'm a bit disappointed with that one, I'm going to hit that same target again, or going to try to hit that same target again. That probably hits then, and I
Yeah.
do 7 again.
So the same target being this one behind the first one.
Yeah, yes,
Cool.
right.
Okay, so you see these rays just come like pulsing out of Fleeb's hand in a sort of quick fire manner, and they leave lasting burn marks across these snake people's faces as he seems to be going for a headshot in flame terms. Is there anything else you would like to do, or is that the end of your turn?
Nope, that's my turn.
Cool, that means Scrammle's turn.
What does a 15-foot cone look like in this?
I will draw it for you. Where are you?
My gut reaction was to use color spray, but
One,
its
two,
effective range is a
three.
15-foot cone, and so
It basically looks like this.
So you can really startle that guy.
Well, if you
Well,
went forward,
actually,
right,
you could
get
step
3.
forward.
Yeah.
I could step forward into opportunity attack range.
You could get opportunity attack
But only
range
if you.
for
That's when you leave the
upwards.
sphere of influence, right? Rather than enter it.
Yeah, I don't want to stay next to him. Who do you think I am? The tank?
but you can disengage
Yeah.
as a bonus action. So
But then I can't hide. So maybe I'll blind him. All right, okay. I'll jump up, get in front of him, throw out the color spray.
yeah, because I'm facing the other way at the moment, doing a nice.
You
cut.
are. I'm like Jax, and I like just jump behind you and throw it like splash of color.
Also, is that a ranged attack, color spray?
Not quite.
Oh yeah, that's your
about to-
little cooking pot. I had the same idea to remind you of what was going on.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
trying
I
to
thought that was
hamburger.
going to roll it for me. Sorry, I thought that was going to roll it for me, but it didn't quite.
Sorry, so this is an illusion, and it does a 15-foot cone.
I'm
Okay,
cooking up
so
boiled hamburgers.
does it require me to make a saving throw? Is that the idea?
No. So, I can affect 29 HP of creatures within that 15-foot cone. So, starting from the lowest current hit points, is 29 over their total current hit points.
The spell dazzles them in a sort of like, ooh, look at the colors kind of way, but no other effect takes place.
Okay, well, color spray is proving weak as shit right now.
It's almost
Not a
like
good
it's
lead.
These guys have abs on abs on abs, so you get the sense that your spell might be for slightly less substantial creatures.
Yeah, I go ta-da and immediately disengage.
Nice. And go in what
Um,
direction?
Disengage takes me 5 feet away, right? If
Well, no,
that's-
disengage is a bonus action.
How
That
does
just
that work?
means you don't attract an attack of opportunity, and then you have the
Oh,
rest of your
cool.
normal movement to make.
Right, so I've used 2 squares of movement, so still got 4. What's my speed, right?
30, so yeah.
I've still got 4 squares of movement. Alright, where do I want to be? I want to start moving. Are these trees that are vaguely hidden out over here, or like bushes and things?
No,
I
those
think
are
that's
those
staining
are
on a bit of paper.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
yeah. What I'm
Is
describing,
there-
these things over here, these are two large stone structures that have a 10-foot
Walls?
wide like alleyway running between them. And
Oh.
if you go like north, that is back towards the shrine that you came from, but you moved like a safe distance away from it.
Okay, so the nearest bit of like furniture is these walls with the alleyway.
Let me just double check for you because I want to give you the full benefit of the environment. And
I basically want to get somewhere that I can try and hide. I'm not going to be able to do it this turn, but I'm going to head in that direction.
I will say, okay, give me a second here. I will add some more detail to this because, I've got a drawing tool. Why not? There is a tree here. I will represent it like that. And
Probably do me.
there is also a tree kind of like here. One second.
I mean, I'm happy to head that way.
But there
You
is
can move- I can
also
Diagonally. with
a
movement, right?
like sheer escarpment leading down to a presumable long cliff here.
Right. All right. Careful then. That's fine. Diagonal counts as 1 square of movement or 5 feet, doesn't it?
Yeah, you can move diagonally, and it's
So I
5
could
feet.
go 1, 2. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mhm.
Be nearly behind this tree.
You are sort of like not quite behind it, but sort of like your face is obscured by some small twigs.
I'm nearly behind it. Is all I need.
Sweet. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep, that's all I got.
Cool. Now I think surprise round
That was
turns, we
action
go
bonus,
back
actually.
to the top of the round.
Yeah.
So therefore, descending order, Jax is the
Reduce
first to
my
react.
spell slots for
Your
colour spray.
your like cooking vibes are suddenly intruded upon by some hissing and slithering, and you're very upset, presumably, that your rhythm has been broken.
Yeah, when Scramble cast that, I'm like, dude, you're harshing my vibes. I was about to, and then I see him cast the spell like behind me and not just to distract me. I spin round, and I'm like, oh, balls! Snaky dudes.
That's the name
I
of this
got a trick for
episode.
you.
Oh balls!
And I'm just gonna react cast hypnotic pattern on all of them because they're within a 30-foot cube.
9, 10, 15, 20. Yeah. And can the cube be placed within
Within
what
120
range?
feet. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sweet. That's easy.
Jesus Christ, that is some dumb shit.
So
Yeah.
all of them need. I'll put it in the text. All of them need to make a DC 14 Wisdom save.
Okay. Whoa, okay. The first guy makes it. The second guy fails, so I'm just going to mark these as I go to help me. This guy fails. Now
And I will
need
put a marker on myself because I'm
another
constant.
sheet. Where's my other sheet? Here we go. Wisdom save against 14. This guy also fails. That goes there. Now I need
Love it when they
another.
fail.
I'm just going to move this so that I can read their names more easily.
Stephanie.
This thing? Type 3. Wisdom save. Oh, this guy passes.
Yeah.
So I haven't done. Have I done this guy? No, I haven't done this guy yet. Therefore, oh, where is it? Sorry, this is quite a detailed check for me to make. Okay, that guy passes too. So just those 2 out of however many, 5. So what happens?
They're incapacitated for my concentration up to a minute.
Okay, so that means they
And
just
they have
lie
a speed
there.
of 0.
Do
They
they
can't
fall
take
prone?
No, but they can't take actions or reactions.
So they just stand there, sort of like stupefied.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
basically hypnotized by the weird pattern that flashed there.
Okay, the spell ends for an affected creature if it takes any damage, or if someone else uses an action to shake the creature out of its stupor, or if you lose concentration, but it doesn't get to repeat any checks until it's just until
something
the
happens or a minute
Okay.
passes. Yeah,
Okay,
and then
so-
I'm gonna be like, let's see, Caesar's going next, and then so I'm gonna give Caesar bardic inspiration.
Nice.
No, how do you
And-
inspire him?
He hears my sweet song that I sing with the patterns. I'm like, oh, dizzle and dazzle, zippity dap, go beat the snakes, beat all their crap.
You feel inspired by the power of scat.
Just giving it back
And then I'm
now.
gonna like grab the cooking poker, aka my sword, as I run,
Nice.
and like roll past this snake.
Okay,
and
well,
through
you're
its
still
space.
within its melee range, so it doesn't get an attack of opportunity on you.
Yeah. I'm just rolling through its space so that Caesar can come beat it from the other side.
Sweet. Next up is Caesar Chameleon.
So, are these snakes actually looking aggressive?
Well, they are now because I think I've just set 2 of them on fire.
I know, but whilst I was watching all that stuff unfold, were they surprised that we attacked them, or they got
Well,
ground?
one of them is holding a net, and they seem to be sort of like skulking in a very sort of skulking manner. So roll an inside check for me. This doesn't cost you an action or anything. I just want to flesh out
I'm just
Caesar's
wondering
instincts.
because we attacked them without actually knowing.
Okay, even with an 11, the hairs on the back of your neck are standing up with the sense that something is trying to prey upon you.
Something ain't right.
Like there was a snake about to throw a net over my head and like stab me, and you're like, "Is he a bad guy?
Is this a bad guy?
Is this guy on our side?"
But then as soon as I heard the rad scat, I was like, for certain they are.
Hundo.
So I'll run
Absolute
over
hundo.
and
I'm like, "Come on,
start
dude, tag
punching
team!"
this guy in the belly.
Go for it.
Sweet. And you've got your bardic inspiration, so I'll put charge of that down.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're attacking twice?
That's it. No advantage because of flanking.
Oh, got it. Okay, so with a 15, you hit for 4 bludgeoning damage. Just checking. Yeah, you basically punch this guy in the gut, and he goes, "Oh!" You know, when they lean forward and the air comes out of them. 4, right? Sweet. Next up, what happens
And
next?
then
You have a second attack anyway.
I
don't
have a
you?
second attack, and then
You still have advantage though. So
Lucky too with the natural 1. Okay, with a 16, you hit for 7 bludgeoning damage, and basically he bends like further down and seems to be like almost clutching at the ground for support.
then I'll spend a key point to do flurry of blows to do another 2 unarmed strike.
Roll it out.
take your advantage, but okay.
I'll take the advantage anyway because of
You
crit.
never know,
But it
you might
didn't.
crit.
Nice. 7 bludgeoning damage. This guy looks well bruised. And,
Yeah.
I mean, bruises show up on snake scales in a very unusual way. They sort of start to go a yellow color, and you're a little bit grossed out by that.
Can I do my last unarmed strike as a knockout rather than a fatal?
As in non-lethal?
Yeah, that's the word.
Yes, you are very welcome to do that.
But
I'm
Dan,
try and knock him out.
Can you do advantage? Oh, are you still doing it from beyond?
Yep.
Yeah, fair.
17 hits and 5 bludgeoning damage puts this guy in a very sort of like crouched, heavy breathing position. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
No, that's
Sweet.
everything.
Okay, so then you see this sort of slightly more muscular of the 5 creatures over here starts to advance 5, 10, 15, 20 upon Jexy Boy over here.
I'm like waving my hand to them. No, dude, no.
I need to think. I need to think.
I'm pointing at my skewer. I'm like, I didn't stab.
This is for food. You're not food though.
I want to eat this.
Would
Okay,
you
sorry.
like some?
I'm just having a look at this stuff to see what he's going to do.
Smack hard.
Okay, so he's going to try to hit you with his scimitar.
Okey-dokey.
And that's going to be a 12 to hit, which I assume misses.
Very miss.
He takes it out and he swipes in a sort of like brawler fashion, all sort of like hips and no finesse. Then he's going to try and hit you again with a 12, misses again, and he looks sort of embarrassed in front of his colleagues. And he sort of
I'm just doing a jig and singing at him.
He looks a little embarrassed in front of the less impressive physical specimens on either side of you.
I'm going to be honest with you. How the hell can you make a snake look embarrassed? Don't know. It can't shrug.
These ones have arms, right?
Yeah, it's got the body of a human and the head of a snake.
I feel like to shrug you need shoulders.
He's got shoulders.
Oh. I suppose so.
Close
I suppose for arms you have to have shoulders, otherwise you have to have this weird sort of sticking out the sides business.
I think
Yeah, you can have very small shoulders, but you need some sort of joint.
We should just do some sort of nature check to actually look at them and see whether they have shoulders or
Yeah,
not.
I'd
Do you
like to
have
spend my
shoulders?
I'd like to spend my entire turn doing a nature check
to see if they have shoulders.
to see if they have
Well, they actually vary. This one in front of Jax that just tried to attack him actually has the head and upper body of a human, but the serpentine lower body instead of legs. Whereas this other one that are on either side of him have the sort of like human body with snake heads, the one in front and behind him. And then the others, just let me check quickly. Whereas these two on the far side that I'm pinging now, they have a human head and body with snakes for arms.
So those ones can't
snakes
shrug
for arms.
because they don't have shoulders.
The snakes can
They
shrug
do,
for
because
them.
they have
Though.
a human body with the snakes being their arms, so they still have
Yeah.
the join. They can make their snakes
The
shrug.
snakes just make a U shape, and the heads just bob up and down to shrug.
That is super inconvenient. It's like anytime you want to pick anything up, you have to taste it as well.
I mean, yeah.
So that is Professor Fleeb's turn now, I believe.
Oh, cool. I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fuck it.
I'm shouting. Don't hit the ones that are asleep.
Oh.
Lightning.
We learned this lesson before. Don't use it like
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, shit.
just scorching rays
1,
on them
2.
again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could move to here and lightning bolt across there.
Oh, that's
And weaving,
that's
threading the
playing
needle
with maps.
between us.
Yeah, so I was just like, duck!
Quack. Oh, not me.
Go ahead, roll it up if that's your intended course of action.
It is my intended course of action.
Course of action, nice.
So, therefore, I need to make dexterity saving throws, is that right? What is your
Well, Harper's-
spell save DC on your spell page?
My is 14.
Perfect, all right. First one is going to make a 19, so this guy makes it the first one.
Mhm.
Then the third one is going to make one, which fails. So this guy, again, just to remind myself, I'm going to put, let's say, that color. And then this other one over here. Nope. Where is he? That one. Nope. Holy crap. They keep changing order. That one. This one's going to make a dex save 10, which fails. So this one also fails. So do the damage for us.
Okay, is that one set of damage that is then done? Is the same damage to all of them? Okay.
Yes, that's correct. Well, except the ones that save take half.
Yeah, I understood. So that is
41.
29, 41,
Yeah.
right?
So 20
41.
damage to the one who dodged.
Okay, so the one who dodged takes 20 as he sort of like one of his arms gets entirely lightning bolted and goes dead, but the rest of his body seems to have been saved. You know, like when you get a dead arm in high school.
indeed.
And then,
as I often stuck forks in the sockets in the wall.
this
He
one
often stuck forks and
takes-
snakes back in school.
Indeed.
So yeah, you watch the lightning sort of go through the arm of the first creature and then go through the torsos and sort of like heart area of the second two, and they seem to be like shaking uncontrollably after this lightning bolt goes through them.
And like the hair on my arm is all standing on end.
Yeah, you hear like a bzzz, sounds like 1,000 wasps nearby.
Mm.
Is that the end of your turn, Professor Fleeb?
Wasps,
Mhm.
the D&D unit of electricity.
Yes, it is.
Exactly. So Scramble, you notice in your current position, sort of not really hiding behind a tree trunk, that the left side of your face becomes slightly warmer, and you're not quite sure why, but it's like being next to a small campfire.
I glance to my left.
You see about
What's
15 feet ahead of you, a sheer cliff face just drops off. And beyond it, you see a lake of lava.
Huh. We picked a good place to camp. All right.
Toasty.
Stay away from that then. I would like to get on with my turn. I'd like to use my cunning action to hide behind this tree. It's part of the bonus
Go
action.
for it. Roll a stealth check for me.
That's that one.
Oh, yeah. You feel incredibly hidden, and you appear in a Critical Roles game 2 weeks from now.
Nice. All right. Well, it's kind of like you see him like flip up into the tree and just completely disappear from sight, and then drops back down in front of the tree, bow drawn, arrow drawn, and unleashes a shot straight at this dude.
Okay, cool. That
In the back.
roll it up.
Say advantage.
Ooh,
Because you're
Yeah,
hidden.
because you're hidden. Definitely roll with
that was
advantage.
all
Yeah.
part of the plan, my mans.
It's like the.
Yep, that hits. Roll damage as your arrow sinks into his sort of like neck / body of his snake
So that's
sort of
that
head.
and that.
Oh wow! So that's a grand total of 22 piercing damage.
That's
Correct?
22 to that man at the back.
Nice. This sort of snake man seems to be clinging to life by the slender tendrils of his snaky form.
Oh yeah, you tried to knock him out. Sorry, that was just as a reminder of Caesar's like, I want to do non-lethal damage to my fast hit, and then flee the turn off and goes, fuck this nerd.
Is there anything else you want to do with your turn, Scramble?
I'd like to compliment myself and move back behind this tree.
Roll
Oh yeah,
a
it's birthday.
charisma
I'm
check.
so good on the bears. Charisma.
Yeah, give me a charisma check. So, wow, with a natural 20, you feel as though your compliment to yourself is the most heartfelt thing you've ever said to yourself in your entire life.
That's
All
weird,
the
'cause I
lava.
compliment myself a lot, so it must be real good.
Exactly. All right, is that the end
Scramble,
of
you're
your
the
turn?
coolest dude this side of the lava lake. Yeah, got him.
Nice.
This time,
nice.
like, you really believe it, though.
I mean, yeah, I mean, Scramble always believes his own compliments.
You
though.
kind of always believe it. But this one you genuinely, like, deep down believe.
Like, not only do I believe this, I earned this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, is that the end of Scrammle's turn?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, sweet. So, this guy over here can't do anything because he hasn't been jostled by anyone or attacked by anyone, and he doesn't get to repeat saving throws. It has to just be until the end of the duration.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So then, what's this one? That's not the right one. This one. Okay, so this guy is going to make a check.
If you mouse over them in the initiative order, it highlights them in yellow.
Oh, sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so this guy is going to make a... What's this going to be? A wisdom saving throw. Okay. With a 12, he just starts running away as fast as he can. And he ends up like off the map. And he looks like, if you've ever seen a snake man sort of like look incredibly terrified, that's what they look like.
And they haven't even done a hit point of damage to us yet.
Exactly. So that means we're going to move on to this other snake person's turn. So, I'm going to say that guy's this guy. All right, let's do a check for him because he seems a little worried about his situation. All right, he's going to do his
And I'm talking to them. I'm just going to be talking to them the whole time, just like, dudes, it's fine. Just turn on your dudes, join us, and we'll have a great... And then he runs away.
This other guy runs away, so Caesar and Jex get attacks of opportunity.
Yeah, let's knock him out between us at the same time.
Yeah.
So we still have advantage
up.
on these. Yeah, I'm going to hit him with the pommel of my rapier.
Mm-hmm.
There we go, 23.
Yep, that hits. Roll damage.
9.
21 hits, 4 is the damage. Yeah, you definitely knock this guy out. So he basically just falls unconscious right there. And I'm just going to do a little marker for myself so I remember. Let's say it looks like that. Cool. This guy is incapacitated, so that is Jex's turn.
Okay, there's only one guy left, sort of. So I'm going to move around him. I'm going to move through him. because I love doing
You
that.
finished off that dude, brilliant.
And so yeah, I just slipped. This guy has legs.
Which one are you referring to?
The one who's awake.
This one here?
Yep.
Let me double check, but I'm fairly confident. I mean, it's a pretty weird situation when you have to really be sure about whether they have legs or not. That guy
Like,
has
how
the
is
human
this?
head and upper body, but no, a serpentine
Okay.
lower body instead of legs.
Okay, so somehow I like roll through his legs when they're like curling, so it looks like I've just done a
His
roll through a
tail.
hoop.
You
You
roll
roll
around.
through his
So I roll through his
coils.
tail. Yeah, his tail.
roll through his legs. Just then
No,
he didn't have
Paul.
legs.
I roll through his tail because that's my ability.
Cool. What happens next?
I'm gonna hit him with a sword.
Nice, go for it.
Oh, sorry, I do not have advantage anymore, but 21 was the first one.
Switch this.
Yep, that hits. Roll damage.
4. And let me turn off advantage and hit him again.
4 piercing damage. You stab and watch his scales sort of part beneath your blade. 14 also hits. Roll damage.
Ooh, it hits. 6.
6 piercing damage. Okay, he seems to be taking wounds left, right, and center, but he still
And
looks the most muscular and sort of important of the group. What happens next?
And then I'm going to sing to Caesar and be like, skibbity bop, a bibbity bop, come over here and finish him off. And give him some more inspiration.
Do you like this snake scat?
Snake scat!
This-
Cool, you feel inspired, and that is the end of Jax's turn, I assume?
Yep.
Cool. This guy that you've just stabbed a bunch is going to try and attack you. And he is going to try to attack you. Okay, he's going to try to attack you with his scimitar again because he feels like he can do a better job. And the first one is a 7, so that misses. The second one is a 12, and that misses. And this time
I'm gonna start just like imitating his motions just to make him feel bad. At least no one's awake to see him.
And this time, he's going to try to constrict you. So he sort of wraps his coils around you, and you need to actually. Oh, wow. No, actually, that does damage, apparently. Oh, no, he has to make an attack. Okay. So constrict. So that's a 17. Does that hit you?
Nope.
Oh, he misses. So he basically wraps his coils around you and then using.
That's when I dive through him, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. At that moment. All right, that's the end of that guy's turn. So then that is Caesar's turn.
See him trying to constrict Jackson. I kind of want to get in on this wrestling match, really. I'll go behind him, and I'm gonna make an unarmed strike with the plan to grapple him if it hits, because that's a bonus action.
You just grab a snake and just suplex backwards.
You have
Yeah,
advantage.
advantage.
Snake.
I figured out how to roll with advantage on that.
With 11, you miss.
Okay, so with my second attack, I'm gonna do the same.
So this is a grapple attempt, right?
No, this is still a unarmed strike. But if
got it.
can I actually share that?
With a 16, you hit and do an impressive 8 bludgeoning damage. You sort of elbow this guy in the jaw. What happens next? So that means anytime you...
When I hit a creature with an armed strike, you can use a bonus action to grapple them.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
So I will try and grapple them.
Cool, that's a contested athletics check, so that means you can roll your athletics check first. Just to build
That was
this
8
tension.
damage.
14. This guy rolls a 5. You've successfully grappled him.
Ding, 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 ding. I put him in a pin.
I'm going to use this symbol to represent that, and I'm going to get rid of that orange because I don't need that anymore. Cool, so you've basically pinned him in a very sort of sumo style.
Yeah.
Awesome. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
No.
Awesome. Next up is Orvex, who is literally napping, because I forgot to add him to the initiative order before. But basically, the sound of you pinning him to the ground, this snake creature to the ground with a thud, wakes him up, and he says, okay. All right, so snake people. I'm going to shoot an arrow. Well, he takes out his little hand crossbow, and he shoots
And
this
I'm gonna
guy.
shout, Don't go for the dazed ones.
Okay, at the last minute, he changes his target and he shoots an impressive 20 and strikes this guy in the very center that has been receiving attacks from everyone else. And then that is the end of his turn, and he sort of breathes heavily and goes, "Don't worry, guys, I'm okay." Oh, actually, because he's engaged with one of his allies, he gets to do sneak attack as well, which means that is going to be roll 2d6. Oh, wow, that is a terrible roll. But it's still enough to absolutely obliterate this guy. As the arrow goes through the snake's eyeball, the snake just collapses to the snake person collapses to the ground. Nice work, Orvex. And he says, "Yeah, I got one, guys." And next up is Professor Fleeb's turn.
So there's just the sleeping ones left.
That is correct.
Should we do the thing where we all like ready them and hit them at the same time? Like,
What's happened to this one? Sorry, I think I missed that.
He's
We knocked
knocked
him
out.
Unconscious.
Knocked out. Okay, cool.
should we just like surround them and do the thing where we all ready an action like during their turn to hit them, and then it's the advantage of people being incapacitated.
Just one at a time. How long does your spell last?
A minute, and we've
minute.
had it's
Okay.
6 seconds since I did it.
Yeah, soon if we have like 2 rounds to get into position and ready our actions appropriately, we can make this work.
So how do they actually get woken up if
If they take
Okay.
damage, they'll wake up, but they wake up in the normal turn order. So if we all ready an action to hit them and then take our turns, we basically get like 8 attacks on them before they get to act.
Yeah, basically.
It's like the advantage of hitting someone while they're asleep. Everyone gets to surround them and hit them with a club before they have a chance to even get up.
I mean, I think I'd much rather like tie them up.
Yeah. Oh my god, you can do things that aren't damage.
Because we're gonna at least tie up this unconscious guy, and these guys are
Yeah.
effectively unconscious, so we might as well capture them all.
Can I roll a knowledge check? I don't know if these guys can change shape because they all have different bodies.
You can make a Arcana check.
Okay. That's not a 1, it's a 10.
Okay, with a 10, you're not sure whether they were born or mutated this way, or whether they can actually change their form. It's not something that you've spent a lot of time telling stories about or even hearing stories about.
Okay, let's tie them up. If they break out, we can beat them up.
Hey
Okay.
guys, I can't. Expound has up behind the tree. We could chuck them in the lava, and I like point over towards the lake to my left.
I love it, but no, that's horrible.
Yeah.
And I'm just spitballing here.
Anyway,
Why don't
come
we
on,
throw
let's
you
have-
into the lava?
Oh, golly.
guys, we only have 54 seconds to tie these guys up.
Well, it's been like 3 rounds, so it's more like 40 seconds, yeah.
So we're going to start tying them up, I guess.
Go for it, yeah. I mean, you're all moderately competent at tying knots. You feel like you've tied them in a relatively competent manner.
Okay, and then
What's the plan?
let's
Can we frisk them before we tie them
like,
up?
yeah, we take
their
the
weapons
weapons
them
at the very
and
least.
things.
Yeah.
And
Have
then
they got
let's
anything on them?
They have a... Actually, these particular ones, let me just check. This one up here in front of Jex doesn't appear to have any weapons at all, as it's got a human head and body with snakes for arms. It would be kind of pointless for him to hold a weapon. Whereas the other one,
Can we tie his snake hands up?
you
Yeah,
can definitely
So we can't
try.
use them.
make
Whereas-
hands, legs.
This other guy
Tie
down
the snakes
here,
into a knot. Don't use rope. Just tie the snakes together.
this guy in the bottom left has a scimitar and a longbow on him, or her.
Take them off it.
Okay, you've got a scimitar and a longbow.
So we're going to arrange these guys. Let's have Caesar. You're sitting with the unconscious one and the one who's going to wake up, and we pull this other one who's going to wake up near the the little cooking area with us, and I'll hand out some burgers.
I'm not near the lava pit to keep them scared.
Okay, let's do it. Let's bring the burgers over.
Take him up the tree.
Wink,
Execute
tie up,
them one
yeah,
by one behind the
by
tree.
edge, tied up by the edge, and the others watching.
Cool. You've got about 30 seconds. I'll say, well, actually, 25 seconds probably.
Okay, so
Dragon Maul over here?
yeah,
Or what?
Okay, so you
Uh,
want them to be over here?
one like near the edge, and
Mhm.
then the other two just a little bit further back, so that one of them will wake up next to the unconscious one and watch while we like deal with this one.
Okay, cool. How about that arrangement?
That looks pretty good.
Yeah. I'm
Okay,
gonna
sweet.
hide behind a tree. In
Yeah,
case
everyone
Was there
take-
something weird
actually
happens.
anything? Was there actually anything on the leader whilst we're
Let me check. Hold on.
I presumed leader because he had the biggest.
He has a scimitar and a longbow as well, but he also has a pouch containing 5 gold pieces, but they're not gold pieces that you've ever seen before. They look incredibly old and have like weird shapes and buildings on them.
5 old pieces.
Oh,
Yes,
those
exactly.
are clearly worthless. I'll take them. Don't worry about them. I'll take care of
Anyway, we got no time for this.
them. Oh, yeah, good point. Deal with that
I'll
later.
pocket
Give
them
them
and
to
I'll
me.
probably
Give
give
them to me
them
for
to
now.
Phoebe later.
Shit.
Okay, so I hand
take
everyone
up
a
the cat
burger
first.
and ask them to and say, "Okay, take your burgers, get in position around these guys."
I take a burger behind the tree.
Or Vex, you probably are the best at talking to these guys. Come up here.
He comes up beside you and says, okay, I mean, they did kill me and, well, sorry, almost kill me and kill a
you're
lot of
dead?
my party and collapse
Exactly.
a building onto me, but I'll try my best.
Exactly, and now is your chance to show them that even that couldn't stop you.
Okay. He starts breathing heavily.
You got
Okay.
this. I'm going to inspire him with my last inspiration.
Okay, how do you inspire him? Just by saying you
I'm
got
just
this?
giving this talk. It's like, you got this. Look what they did. They tried to kill you. They killed everyone else around you. They dropped a building on you. And here you are, standing over them while they can't do shit.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I totally got this. What do the rest of you
You're
guys
also
do?
a nerd.
Anyone else
I'm
do
hiding behind
anything?
the tree.
What
I'm hiding
is
behind the
anyone
tree.
holding actions, or are you trying to talk?
I think, Caesar, you should be the muscle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see, you're ready to grab people. I think we're all ready to, like, stab them if they try to escape.
Yeah.
I might
yeah.
stand here then. If they try and get past me, I'll try and.
Yeah,
If they
yeah.
somehow manage to like break their bonds, I'll try and grab them before they.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Fleeb, you ready to zap them or something?
If you want a specific ready action, I will have my bow drawn ready to shoot any of them that break out and, like, you know, are released from their bonds without us letting them be.
Sounds good.
I might as well have a ready action to punch them in the face if they try and.
Sweet.
It's specifically my trigger is if they break their bond, like, you know, themselves.
Yeah,
Without
and one of them's,
setting-
like, properly unconscious. The other two are just waking up, no
Okay.
longer dazed.
So this unconscious one, after the duration ends, is still unconscious, but these two start to like shake off the phantasmal image that Jax cast upon them, and they start like writhing around in their bonds, looking at you. Anybody have a ready action for them waking up, or did it rely on them doing something?
Rather than them breaking out for me.
Okay, cool.
No, it'll be them actually breaking out or trying to escape, I think.
Okay, so let's just assume this is a new round. Jax, what do you do?
So they're awake.
Yes.
I'm gonna start talking to them in, I think I know 2 languages.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say things in just like, you're awake. Welcome to the lava's edge. And then that didn't work. I'm gonna try again. And then I'm like, I presume it doesn't work.
What language are you saying it in?
Common and halfling.
Okay. And you're hoping to achieve what by announcing this?
I'm just seeing if they respond. We've got them tied up. We want to talk.
Make an insight check.
I was a 24 on insight.
Oh, wow. You're very confident that they can both understand you when you were speaking in common,
Ah,
but they've just not given any sign of reacting at this point. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
not in particular, no. I
Okay.
think we're just trying to have a conversation while they're tied up.
Sweet. Next up is Caesar Chameleon.
So I say to. I assume these two are awake, right?
Yes, those ones.
So I say to the one closest to us, take a look over there, past my wizardly friend. That's your leader, right?
You see this
So-
guy sort of like cranes his snaky sort of arms, but can't move them, and then just moves his head and looks at his leader and looks visibly concerned.
So we're going to throw you into this fire pit behind you if you don't tell us why you're trailing us, because I noticed you several hours ago following us.
Okay, so you see this one and this one both sort of look over towards the lava pit knowingly and then make an intimidation check. With a 14, you see the snakes sort of like look at each other and they sort of like stare into each other's eyes in a way that you don't quite understand, but they seem to be sharing an understanding and they don't seem to respond to you. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
No. See what
Okay.
other people want to do.
Next up is Orvex. So Orvex sort of takes a tentative step up beside Jax and the one that is on the escarpment and stands over it and sort of flinches back from the heat of the lava and says, you are in a lot of trouble, and I think it's best that you speak to these people. These are my friends, and maybe we can get you out of this trouble. What do you say? And he sort of like hesitantly holds his hand out like he's trying to do a handshake and then takes it back. So he's gonna try to do a.
He was offering his hand to the person who'd had snakes for
whistle.
hands.
A whisper on the wind is just like, we're not.
He rolls a 6 in persuasion, and you see the guy, this little snake guy on the ground, sort of like look back at the other guy tied up and sort of like does the snake equivalent of furrowing his brow in confusion. And Orvex takes a step back and goes, yes, I think we told them, and that is Professor Philippe's turn.
Yeah, we always thought he was a nerd.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm
1,
gonna
2,
suggest
3, 4. Kick.
Are you kicking him over the edge?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Make I mean, you don't really
I'm not the right person to be doing this.
I'll say I don't know. This is such an easy thing to do. I'll say, yeah, you just kick him over the edge and he falls into the lava and you notice, do you look over the edge?
Sure, why not?
You look over the edge and you see his body immediately catches fire and he sort of like starts wriggling around as the bonds start to break, but that has not helped him and his body increasingly turns black. And you see the other creature over here starts wriggling more intensely. Is that the end of your turn?
Barbecued snake.
Yes, that was my go.
Scramble.
I think I'm staying hidden for now. I don't think there's much I can.
I think you should. Yeah.
What?
It's fine. Yeah, no, keep doing your thing.
Cool. Next up is this creature's turn, the only awake one that is still doing things. You watch his body shrink down to the size of a normal snake, and he starts to slither away, but that means that Fleeb and Orvex get an attack of opportunity. 5, 10, 30.
Wriggled out of his bonds.
So that means this.
Do I get to go? I mean, I wasn't strictly next to him, but I was watching for this kind of thing.
I mean, if you weren't standing immediately next to him, you were just supporting Orvex. I would say let's just go with how the icons are laid out. Okay, so Orvex connects with his short sword and takes a big slash. What does Fleeb do?
I jump on it.
Okay, make a. This is going to be an athletics check to see if you can grapple it.
Okay, actually, is it actually a damaging roll? Am I actually trying to grab the snake?
Well, tell me what jump on it means.
It was literally as in stamp on it with both feet. If it's literally a standing jump to land on it with both feet.
That's more of an unarmed strike, which you can attempt to make.
Which I'm tempted to do a shocking grasp through my foot.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's see how that goes.
Make a melee attack, spell attack against target. So do I just roll?
Nice. Oh, wow.
Wow.
With a 25, yeah. Roll damage. That definitely hits with your boot. Wow, 11 lightning damage. What a hit. Is that because your cantrips have been like upgraded, right?
I hope so. I don't know where the hell that came from.
You watch the snake's body
Actually, where does that come from?
rattle and quiver, much like an electric eel would, as it slithers away at high speed. Next up is Jax. What would Jax like to do?
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure,
How far
Fleeb, your cantrip just gets upgraded when you reach that level. So
Did he
it's
get?
2d8.
Was he prone? Did he have to get up from prone? Did that slow him at all?
Well, he transformed into a snake, and a snake can't really be prone, so the prone was sort of negated.
So let's go over
Your snake's prone. What?
roll the stat and roll. I mean, he's a little snake, so I'm just going to go to the other side of him. And
Nice.
that's me.
Okay, next up is Caesar Chameleon.
Gonna just follow him.
Nice. All right, so you're chasing down this little brown snake wriggling along the grass. Is there anything
we're
else you
gonna
want to do?
Unarmed attacks.
Go for it.
Get your advantage, baby.
Oh, 23, right? That hits. 7 bludgeoning damage as you punch the snake in the head.
So then I'm gonna use open hand technique. Actually, no, I haven't hit flurry of blows. Now I'm gonna do a flurry of blows.
Go for it.
Did you get 2 attacks anyway?
Yes, but I'm trying to stun him.
Oh, okay.
So with advantage, you hit with a 19, and it takes 8 bludgeoning damage as you punch it in the body this time. And
Yeah,
did you want
so-
something else to happen?
Yeah, so open hand technique. I might as well put it in the chat. I want to. You said you can't really knock it prone, but
I think prone is just a condition. Like oozes have immunity to it. Prone just means you're not good at doing stuff. So it might mean
whenever
that
you hit a creature, you can impose strength saving throw. If it fails, you can push it. Okay, so which one of them are you trying to do? Are you trying to make it prone, or are you trying to push it away from you?
make it go prone. So it's Dex, right? DC
yeah, because if
14.
you're making it, then it's probably just flopping around like an upside down snake.
Yeah.
You can knock it over.
Okay,
I'll
cool.
look.
So
I'll look that up.
that's a Dex saving throw against what?
14.
14. Okay. So let me just find the correct sheet here. Dex.
Like
Yeah.
thematically, I'm just trying to like grab it.
Okay, so 16, it succeeds and manages to sort of wriggle out of your thing. I don't know if that means it can't take reactions even if you fail or only if you succeed. It's not really clear in the language, but I'll say no
You can
because
impose one of the following.
Yeah, I just
effects.
haven't
oh,
succeeded.
that's a third effect you can impose. Okay, so it managed to resist that effect. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
It can't take reactions anyway because it got shocking grasp.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yes, is there anything else you would like to do?
I think I do actually still have another flurry of blows.
And there's still another normal attack, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Sounds
go
good.
for it. Go for it.
Just keep on pummeling it. So
Yeah,
this
the
is-
more, the merrier. Okay, so that's with advantage. That hits for 3 bludgeoning damage. This is in the. If you can imagine the solar plexus of a snake, that's where you hit it.
So you
I
get
feel
to
like
try
I'm
and
like
knock it over
karate
again.
jumping it on the floor, and then another unarmed strike.
Wait, is that open? That was your flurry of blows, right?
Yes.
You
Yeah,
can
so
still
it's 2
you can
flurry of
open
blows,
hand.
and I've still got one more unarmed strike.
You can open hand technique to get again, right? There's no limit per turn on that.
Isn't there?
I
Not
think
from
it's
the-
as much key as you have, but I don't know.
Oh, it says whenever you hit with one of your flurry of blow attacks, you can impose one of the following effects on a target.
Yeah, so you hit with both of your
No, it
flurry of
didn't
blows.
say that
you
on
can
that
try-
tooltip. That's super weird.
Okay, so you want to try to do one of the effects again?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and make it go prone.
Okay, cool. This is going to be a Dex saving throw against 14. With an 8, it
Yeah.
fails, so it is prone. Let's say that this chi imposed prone is somehow going to be effective on a snake in
Like a Vulcan death grip the entirety of it.
So
yeah.
while we were rolling, apparently, prone is a condition that only if monsters are specifically immune to it are they. So oozes are, but even legless creatures can be knocked over and destabilized. Apparently, so it might
Yeah.
not necessarily be like. It's
Yeah,
not
I
weird
mean-
that it's on its side, but it's probably wiggling out of control.
Yeah, it seems kind of to me like a like if it had turned into a snake while being tied up, it had the opportunity to right itself as it transformed.
Yeah,
But
fair enough.
because this character is literally imposing prone, I'll say it works as normal. So
Yeah, it's like dazing it,
exactly, cool. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
slap in the face.
After you
I
slap the
have-
snake in the face.
Still have a normal attack.
Now that it's actually prone, I'm gonna just hit it again with the remaining unarmed strike that I have.
Nice. You have advantage anyway, so it just is the same. Okay, so this one still hits.
Bad snake.
5 bludgeoning damage to its sort of stunned, weirdly small, scaly body. Is that the end? Is that the end of your turn?
There's just this weird mental image of just two people running over and just punching the ground.
I'm imagining this scene from Office Space where they like destroy the printer.
Yeah, both hands just get slamming down on this this pile of grass. No, that's it.
Okay.
I'm gonna shout to Orvax, just like, wake that other snake up, make him watch.
But no.
Okay. So I'll say make a persuasion check, please, Jax. Wow, seriously, 20? Okay, so Orvax goes over and shakes this thing awake, but like by making the least physical contact with it that he possibly can, kicks it with his foot and then runs away. And then this unconscious creature is going to wake up and assess his surroundings. I'll say that's the end of Orvax's turn because he's kind of shitting himself. And that is, he says, I did it. I'll say, yes, you watch this, you ruffian. And that is Fleeb's turn.
Great work, Orvax.
Thanks, mate.
Killing it out here.
Thumbs up.
Did you proceed to punch the ground? Oh, God.
That is Fleeb's turn.
So I'm going to stay. I'm going to move over to this side, and although I'm not doing anything, my fingers are crackling from a readied shocking grasp.
Nice.
Okay, so within the vicinity of this guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Next up is Scramble.
I'm a tree.
Almost playing worse. So is this dude waking up?
Yes, he's just been
we
woken
woke
up
him up
by...
so that he can watch what's happening to this other guy who tried to escape.
Oh, okay.
So
What's that hamburger doing?
show him what's happening to this other guy.
He just looks over just to see two people just punching the ground.
Alright, you guys got this. Now I'm just going to ready an action if this dude tries any funny business to unlock a shot.
Okay, you're holding like an arrow?
Yeah, I'm holding an arrow ready to, if he does anything similar or just tries to get away at all, he's getting the arrow.
Okay, cool. So, what's going to happen is, it is now this snake who is prone on the ground's turn, and he is going to make a...
Yeah, it's not quite perfect contest, but this was the gift that came
He's
to
going to make a
mind.
wisdom saving throw. With a 19,
Guy trying
he
to
is
run
going to
away.
try to... He's going to try to run... 5, 7, and that...
Engage and crawl away. Or...
The last bit is the main thing.
Even though his save was quite high, you don't know what he was choosing between. So this could be the braver option. So you both get an attack of opportunity.
Sweet. And we still is he still on the ground?
Yeah, so he's only got half of his movement, and you would get advantage anyway, I think.
Yeah, depends where he left us, but sweet. Rapier.
That misses, unfortunately, as you stab the ground beside the snake. And is that Caesar's one just above it?
Yep.
That hits for 6 bludgeoning damage. Awesome. Okay, so you managed to punch the body of this like semi-flattened snake at this point as it wriggles away swiftly.
Can I do Tavern Brawler grapple? Because I successfully hit a creature with an unarmed strike.
This
bonus action as...
This was a reaction. You only take bonus actions on your turn.
Oh, man.
Cool. So this thing is going to make a stealth check because it has entered a part of this area that is slightly more densely packed with long grass and shit than the rest of the area. Okay, that's his roll, and you've lost partial sight of him. You can see like a little bit of a tail. We'll see how that pans out later. Next up is Jex.
Okay. So I can see the tail. I'm gonna run to where I see that tail and try and like step over it.
Okay, make a perception check.
Ba-da-da-dum-bum-bum-bum.
Okay, yeah, you see it coiled behind a rock mid-slither. Make an attack.
Is this a small snake?
It is considered to be.
It is
is-
4 meters long.
It is considered to be tiny.
A basilisk
Okay.
of a snake.
I just want to try and like. I'm gonna stab it
Huck-
once.
Huck
Start
it in the
with that.
lava. Huck it in the lava.
Yeah, let's stab it once.
Okay.
That's a 19.
Yep, that hits.
Wait. It's still prone, isn't it?
No, it sacrificed
Oh,
its movement
Okay. so
to
14.
become out of prone.
Okay, so damage, 5 damage.
Yeah, you stab it
And then-
successfully.
Because I've found this thing and it's tiny, I do just want to try and like pick it up on the end of the rapier and fling it into the lava.
Nice. Okay. I will say that requires. Give me just a dex check.
Okay, a dex checks. That's not a nat 1. It's an 18.
Nice. With an 18, you manage to do Puss in Boots Antonio Banderas flick with the rapier, and it goes sailing into the lava, making a loud hissing sound even from where you're standing as it turns to ash.
I'm gonna go peer over the edge and like wipe my brow and watch it and be like, "Woo! That was something, wasn't it, Snaky Boy?" I look over at the remaining one.
Caesar, that is your turn as you notice the quip from Jax and the snake turning to ash in the lava.
Just probably walk quite slowly up to this one. Hopefully, it can.
It takes you
see
3 rounds to make the walk.
very slowly. I do believe you've still got your shocking hands ready.
What we can do as well is instead of like all intimidating and making rolls, we can have our action be like an aid. So if you're like walking up to it menacingly, you could aid like the next person to intimidate it.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to do to it though is grab it by its snaky ruff and dangle it over the lava. Ask it, "Why were you following us?" You have 3 seconds to answer.
Okay, give me
Half a round.
Give me like
You've only got your reaction to do this in.
give me an athletics
Oh, yeah.
check with advantage to just sort of like pick it up bodily as it's like moderately heavy. Okay, yeah, with a 21, you managed to pick it up pretty convincingly and you dangle it over the edge. Give me an intimidation check now, please. Okay, with a 12.
Do I actually have? Did I use that inspiration?
Yes, I believe, unless you've got another one.
You
Someone
definitely
used
used one. I
inspiration.
don't know if you used the second one.
Oh,
Have you given me?
2.
I don't think you did. I gave you 2 during this fight.
Yeah, I don't think I used it again. So now is a good time to use it.
Yeah, legit. And I think
Nice.
Orvek still has inspiration as well.
So a 7.
Okay. All right, with a 17, you see the snake recoil from the heat of the lava below it, and it's... Sorry, I just gotta get straight in my head. Its human body, its feet sort of crouch up underneath its chest, and it's got the head of a snake, and it turns to you and it says in a sort of hissing voice, "Well, perhaps my time has come, but I feel our leader will dispatch you in much this same way." And although it is intimidated, it seems to still have smack talk for you. Is that the end of your turn, or do you have something else to say?
Um,
Don't
I'm
drop.
getting the feeling that he's not going to do anything.
Oh, but we have
Um,
tricks.
Make a insight check, Caesar.
Okay, because depending on how this insight check goes, I might just drop him.
Okay. Even with a 14, you can see it's not quite a glazed look in the eyes, but like an intensity that reminds you of the worst kind of priest at the local temples that you have heard stories about, you know, during your childhood. Like a real fanatical, like devotee is the vibe you get.
I'm gonna be like, Caesar, give me a chance. Skibbity bop, bibbity bam.
I'm sold.
Okay, well, I maintain my hold of him.
There is a
Of the
perplexed
lava.
crackling sound from Phlebe.
Okay, so
I do
this is
shrug my shoulders though.
10, 15, 20. Okay, so
Make
You
it
like
quick.
let it slip a little bit. You're like, ooh, you like, adjust your
Sure.
grip.
during Orvex's turn, he's going to come up and try to help you and support you, just like a bunch of guys standing around a car. Oh yeah, that's a good crescent wrench you've got there. And so he's going to give you the help action by just saying, yeah, Snake Man, you're, as I said, in a great deal of trouble. And if you'd listened before, perhaps you wouldn't have been in this situation. And he starts to gain confidence a little during this intimidation attempt. And that's going to be, I'm pretty sure that comes from, I wonder what his intimidation is going to be like. Is that a charisma stat, intimidation?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. All right, cool. Yeah, with a 22, this snake creature starts to wriggle its legs, and then you hear it say, "Listen, there's nothing you can do. My leader is going to crush you. You might as well just let me go. I might be able to appeal to him on your behalf." And Orvex says, "A likely story." And then it's Philippe's turn.
I stop crackling. I go and find my lunch.
Your lunch is in this region. Cool. You find it. You find it successfully. It's still moderately warm. I would say lukewarm.
Considering I spent the whole of a year inside a dwarven mountain being kind of vaguely fed by fire newts, I think it will be perfectly fine.
Yeah, you set upon it ravenously. Next up is Scramble.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jig. I walk out from the tree, with the last couple of bites of my burger, and head over to the pot to see if there's any more. And I'm like, no, just drop him, Caesar. You don't Scrabble. I'm like, and to Fleeb, I'm like, should we push Orvex in? He's
I don't look at you with a very perplexed expression. So reminding myself that the only the sort of like, and then I begin to question: am I a psychopath? As I remember, I just kicked a snake into lava and wondering whether and just whether they're having an impact on me.
It's a joke, man. I'm not actually gonna push him in the lava, but I might leave him behind.
Scramble, as the food was prepared by Jax, there is tons left over, and you managed to find another portion quite easily.
Yeah, I
Is that the end
pocket
of
an
your-
extra. I start eating one portion and pocket a third for later.
Nice. Cool. So is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Okay. For this snake person's turn that is being held by Caesar, you watch him with his snake head bite into his human forearm, and he is going to roll that attack just now. And you're a little confused by this because it's an odd thing to do. Oh, wow, he rolls a natural 20 on himself, and he instantly goes limp as his skin, the human part of it, start to turn green, and the body starts to immediately smell faintly of sulfur.
Keep him there.
Drop him.
Okay, that's the end of its turn. Next turn is Jax.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to this thing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just tried to kill itself.
Mm-hmm.
So, I am going to ready myself to, as soon as it comes back to, I'm going to cast Suggestion. And on my turn as a bonus action, I'm going to give it a first level healing word.
Make a medicine check.
Okay.
Okay. With a 16, you are confident that it was hanging on by a thread, and its bite against itself has actually killed itself.
Oh man, we hadn't damaged this guy yet, had we?
No, it was the guy who was damaged by 60. Right?
No,
Yeah.
this was the guy who. Oh yeah.
This is
That's all we
the
knocked
boss.
unconscious.
Yep. No, this was the guy we knocked unconscious. Yep.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
If you have something that can bring him back to life despite the
No,
poison running
I'm
through
not
his
spending
veins,
I'm not
you can
spending
attempt
anything
to.
on-
Okay.
Drop him.
If he's
in
dead,
that-
he's dead. If he's dying, then healing might work. But
If it wasn't like via poison that he killed himself, it might have had a chance, but it's pretty definitive at this point.
okay, yeah.
Cool. So we are out of combat. You have just seen a series of snake people of various different body parts in ratios of human and snake attack you, then get scared, run away, and kill themselves. And you're probably perplexed, except for Caesar, that got a bit of a look into its eye and seems to have an idea of what they're about.
Do I?
We heard it talking about its leader, and its leader
just
was
a bit-
Well,
Yeah,
when I
just a bit
described to you, Caesar,
frustrating,
that
right?
it reminded you of stories about, fanatical religious people that are devoted to a
Wait,
cause to the ignorance of all else. That is the explanation that you seem to have come to by interacting with it so closely.
Yeah, we wouldn't have got anything out of it.
Yeah. I mean, we heard it talking about its leader. I was gonna get something. I come up like, damn it! If it just hadn't died, I was gonna use magic to make it tell us everything.
You see Orvex say, oh gosh, yeah, if only a little bit quicker. I totally agree.
You had like 10 minutes to do that.
Well, we were. I was I was the one who said we should knock them out. That they might turn into snakes or something and wriggle away.
I don't remember enough to
I
dispute that.
called this.
I don't remember enough to dispute that. You know me.
This is like, all right, well, what about that one who was really injured who ran away? We still see him? I look around. I'm like looking in the distance. He's had like a full minute to run.
You don't
Tearing
see anything, and I'm pretty sure you might have killed it. I can't remember what the last attack you did on it was.
There was one who ran away successfully.
Yeah, like at the beginning of the fight, or like halfway through it.
Because we took two of them to 60. One of them got away on his own, and the other one we knocked unconscious when it tried to run and got opportunity attacked.
Oh, okay. You can make a perception or investigation check.
Okay. I guess I'll perceive. No, I
Okay.
won't.
With an 8, you examine the long grass and you see no immediate signs
I
of
follow.
snakes.
I'm like, if surely he went this way, and I just follow the grass I trampled where I caught the normal snake.
I
Cool.
think he went that way, Jax. Scramble point's totally the wrong.
I'm just gonna come back and just be like, well, I mean, with one of them running away, is he gonna like tell on us? Are they gonna send more people?
What, you think he's a nerd too?
Yeah, did you see those guys? They were total
Shit.
dweebs. They didn't do it. They didn't hit us once.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
We just
They are
fought
dorks.
5 of them dudes. They didn't hit us once, and we threw like 3 of them into the fire.
Yeah, that was pretty metal.
All right. I'm gonna just do like a big stretch and be like, this was cool. But
Nice.
like, I think we should start trying to look for somewhere maybe a little better sheltered and, prepare camp for the night.
Yeah,
There's
it's
a lot
starting
of
to
abandoned
get to
buildings
about
around here.
like early evening at this point. The sun seems to be like slowly setting.
Yeah,
should-
so it's like we want enough time to find somewhere good.
Okay,
Yeah.
who wants to check if that's the agreement of the group? What does the rest of the group want to do?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea to me.
I'm
Let's
There's
have-
enough buildings around that hopefully some of them are.
We can
I'm
find
gonna
one with
aid-
decent vantage
yeah.
points and like.
Let's ask Orvex what he knows, if he knows a good area, because he still has Bardic Inspiration to blow on it.
Nice. Okay. You ask Orvex what question?
And I'll aid him as well. I'll remind him of all the different areas we've just seen and be like, would this be a good place to stay? Would this be a good place?
Okay. So you ask him where a good place to camp is, and let me just move you guys back to the map as Orvex thinks about it. Okay, he says, can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. He says, kind of that area, that little area I took you to previously is probably the most neutral of the areas I've been to. So this area over here, and he sort of gestures and describes that area where you previously set up a tiny hut, and also the area east of it, sort of here, a pretty good, like, it's before you get into the city proper, and there's not a whole lot going on there. I would probably recommend those areas.
Okay. Maybe the area east of it, there's a few like huts there. If he thinks that's a good plan.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't recommend going in the huts, as Professor Fleeb, is that your name? As he discovered with the
Oh, yeah,
gas,
yeah.
the gas didn't go so well. I mean, it's a gamble. You might find a cool inscription. I mean, I love inscriptions, but you might also find paralyzing gas. So, I mean, outdoors might be safer.
Okay. Well, we can camp. We're campers. But let's find somewhere a little bit sheltered so those snake guys can't see us from afar.
Okay, he's going to make a survival check, and he's got a D8 of inspiration. Is that correct?
And yeah, if I'm aiding him, he should get advantage as well if I'm doing anything useful. If not, then no.
I'll say, I think it's your. I mean, he knows the area better, so you're actually. If you help
Yeah.
him look, I'll say he gets advantage. And it's
Okay.
Is it wisdom survival? I'm pretty sure.
Survival is wisdom.
Rings a bell.
Okay, sweet.
I'll roll.
Okay.
I'll add the D8 for it.
Okay, wisdom survival. Okay, with a 19 plus, yeah, he finds an amazing camping spot for y'all, sort of in the clearing of a number of bushes and shrub. Do you guys intend to take a long rest? Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, are you setting any watches?
I'm setting down a tiny hut.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Oh, you still got the slots for that. Nice.
Yeah, I have one left.
Nice.
Hey.
You find yourself inside of a tiny hut. What color do you choose for the exterior?
Green.
Okay, you feel sufficiently camouflaged. Well, you feel,
Yeah.
you don't
Well,
actually
let's
know.
decorate it as well. So like he puts up a tiny hut. We put some sticks in the ground and hang some different like cloths and skins from them. Maybe a nice snake skin decoration.
Nice. Okay, you guys take a long rest. Are there watches taking place inside of the hut?
Probably useful to have watches that are done. Yeah.
Nah.
So
I mean,
mean-
I haven't really like told you guys I only need 4 hours of sleep, but I will voluntarily. I will not tell you. Wake up after 4 hours.
We can take a couple of
Okay, first watch, give me a perception check as you guys bed down for sleep.
I guess I'll start because I'm feeling pretty. I had a pretty good run of it.
Sure.
Okay, with a 5,
That is
you notice
good old.
a few like
Wow.
lady beetles in the branches of the shrubs that you're
Ooh,
currently ensconced within.
I'm a sucker for
And-
a lady beetle.
Yeah, that's it. Your watch comes to a close. You notice a grand total of 4 lady beetles.
Ooh, can I put them in a jar?
Well, they're outside the hut. Do you leave the hut?
Oh, I can't pass through it, can I?
Well, you can. You can because he gets to decide who comes in and out.
Oh, he
and-
chooses he can go through. Yeah, I'll if they're near the edge of the hut, then I'll just sort of like dart my hand out and pull them, grab a couple of.
you manage to get
fully just like your arm.
3 of them, and the rest fly away.
Sweet.
3 out
Okay.
of 4, pretty
Three
good.
lady beetles in a jar. I'm gonna pop some holes in the lid of that jar, put some sticks in there, see what food they like.
Nice. Okay, whose watch is next?
I'll go next. I don't mind.
Go for it. Perception me up. 21. Okay, you notice that
So many lady beetles.
there are. You notice a couple of like bubbling and hissing noises coming from east of you, but it's more of a just background noise that you think has always been there, but you've just suddenly tuned into it, and you gather that it's something sort of interacting with the lava in some way.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like based on the map, I can tell what that is, but I assume I don't know. We haven't.
Depends
Yeah.
how good you are with directions.
You've looked you stood up on this like raised causeway and looked around a bit, so I'd say you probably have an idea that there is a river and there is lava, and you might
Okay.
guess that is causing a hissing sound.
Sure.
Cool.
I'm
Your watch
gonna-
comes to a close if you want to do anything else before it ends.
No. How long is a long rest? 8 hours.
Yes, that is
8
correct.
hours. Yeah.
And how
But
long's
peop-
a watch?
Depends how many
Two-
people take it.
For you, it could be 4 hours.
Yeah, I
For
could
everyone else.
legitimately take
Yeah.
4 hour
For-
watch.
For everyone else, it could only be 2 hours during their 8 hours.
Cool. Your watch comes to a
I just-
close.
I just
Could you-
don't wake up at like the next person and just like. I don't want you guys to know that I only.
Sweet. All right. Morning comes and everybody can wake up.
Woohoo! It feels like
Whoa.
spell. I got all my spell slots.
It feels good to have them all. Did you say?
Oh yeah, actually, just because I didn't get to use it yet, I'm gonna spend the night as a puppy.
You're gonna polymorph into a puppy.
You're like end your watch.
To a puppy.
Turn yourself into a puppy. Lick my face, and I'm like, alright, this is happening.
Should your spell have come through, or are you just telling us that that's happening?
I mean, so I hadn't used my spell slot during that day, so yeah, I'll
You sleep with the flexibility and like furry comfort that only a puppy can achieve.
I
For
I
1
get into
hour.
a comfy position, and then an hour later, I like I'm like
Wake up in this
really
horrible
a really uncomfortable position.
The rest of you wake up to the sounds of panting, and you hear Ulvex say, "When did we get a puppy?"
Shut up, nerd.
Puppy.
And I immediately pop out of being a puppy. I'm like, nerd.
Oh, okay. It was Jax. Jax is that your name?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well done on the puppy.
Got him. I got a high five, Jax.
Yep. Big high five. I jump for the high five.
Oh yeah, I don't lower my hand at all. You have to jump.
Okay, what happens now?
I immediately slap my own face and cast Mage Armor on it.
We hear the riffle of book pages and the smell of old libraries as a shimmering protection emerges around Fleeb.
I'm gonna
many of
rustle up a quick breakfast.
Oh sure.
Nice. You
How
can give me
many
a
of
cooking
these,
check if you want to determine how good it is. Yes, Scramble?
Sure.
I was going to ask Orvex, how many of these temple?
You're breaking up a bit, but how many of
Am
those
I?
temple locations exist in the city?
Yeah, like temple-y, puzzle boxy location things.
Based on my knowledge, he's gonna do a quick whisper check, and he's gonna say, "I'm pretty sure, based on the stories and the inscriptions that I've encountered, that there are 9 shrines."
9. 2 down.
We've
I mean,
well,
two.
we've seen two. We've found 2.
Yeah, that's 2 down.
You managed to
And
create, Jax, a
the
very
rest to go.
competent breakfast.
Yeah, a nice 15. Got a bit of cheese in there. Got a bit of some carbs.
Oh, give me that.
Got
I
a
think
nice balance.
while Caesar is getting dressed after taking off his sweaty loincloth,
God.
airing it out a bit by flipping it up and down, completely butt naked, he realizes that the coins
He's
that
butt
he had,
naked.
that he stole from, or didn't stole, gained from the snake leader, like suddenly like flies out and goes across the ground.
Oh, okay. So you guys
I
see a
love the
series
idea
of
that-
old gold coins on the ground.
All
love
these-
the
all
idea
these
that your-
gold coins on the ground. So
your, like, way of
people want to
cle-
pick them up or look at them, go for it. But Caesar's forgotten about it.
I'm making breakfast, but I love the idea like you just keep wearing the same underwear and you sleep in it, but then when you wake up you take it off, like wave it around in the air, and
Air it
just put
out a bit.
on.
Yeah.
I'm
Like
like,
literally one shake in the air and you're done.
without like even looking at Caesar, I'm like, Caesar, you know there's a river just over there. Deliberately avoiding looking anywhere near Caesar.
I presume that Caesar has done this before in short rest. It's just never been described. So
Oh, well.
first time.
Well, now that we're near a river, I tell you, hey Caesar, there's a river over there. Thing out.
No need. It gets cleaned by my sweat.
That's not. I don't know enough to dispute that.
You can roll a medicine check if you want, Scramble.
No, I'm good.
Cool. All right. You hear birds tweeting overhead. You hear the sort of actually only Scramble would have been tuned into it. It's quite a faint noise of like hissing as the lava is spitting and hissing in the distance, and you hear a couple of birds flying around this area of the jungle.
I'd like to take a wander over towards the hissing noise just to confirm my suspicions that it is water hitting lava,
Okay.
and have a little look over this lava lake proper.
You have a look over it, and you notice that there is indeed a river that's emptying into this lava lake via a waterfall, and it is quite a large lava lake. And you notice across from you there is a large island of land that seems to remain intact above this lava lake, and you notice another sort of island of land down here. Can you see that ping?
Oh, hang on, I did, but it was just off the corner of my... Oh, right, down there.
There. And those are the only bits of land you see within this lava lake, and this one's connected via a bridge, and this one doesn't seem to have a bridge that you can see at this point.
Oh. Is it connected by like rocks on the far side of this map that we can't quite, or like, even if it's really far down? Like, or is this all lava all the way around this pillar?
Make a perception check.
Sure thing. 25.
Okay. With a 25, you notice the gulf between that sort of, what's it called, island of land and the rest of the city is about 60 feet wide. So it is like separate. There's no rocks joining it, but it's
Yeah,
quite a short
okay.
distance.
So at the bottom of this that cliff, there is lava between that island and the nearest thing.
Yeah, it's kind of, there's a bit of rubble and little like streams of lava running through the through the rubble.
Right, as if something it used to be connected and it's collapsed.
Yes, exactly.
Almost. Okay. Alright.
Scramble does this, and you see him sort of walk off in an easterly direction. What do the rest of you do?
I'm serving up breakfast. I'm surprised he's just walked away.
Oh, well, you were serving up breakfast. Holy shit! I can't.
Well, I am. While you're gone, I start serving it up.
Oh, as soon as you start serving, I'm back. Just have that sense. Yeah, you see, like you look over your. All right, quick, everybody gets up. Scramble tries to eat a lot, and then I'm already there with like plate in hand.
You see Orvex look around at the rest of you guys and have a very meaningful look in his eye as he says, I just wanted to let you know how thankful I am that I didn't wake up under a pile of rubble and all of you being dead. So thank you for staying alive.
You keep mentioning that, man, and it's like just one thing that's happened last week.
Like, dude, no worries.
Thank you.
I mean, that too.
I got to take what I can to be thankful for. This place has been my obsession for a while, and it's kind of touch and go at the best of times.
How long have you been here?
Well, I've been venturing in and out of here as silently as possible for the best part of 3 summers, 2.5 summers.
Oh, so it's like a holiday place for you.
Yeah, I mean, hobby, holiday, obsession, call it what you will.
And it's always been like this.
Yeah, it's always been scary, some snake people, lots of lava, and just crazy fog and gas inside the buildings. I mean, it's a treasure trove of my favorite inscriptions and also just like deadly crap everywhere.
So that island over there, I point back towards the lava lake, always been detached as far as you're aware.
As far as I've seen, yeah. I mean, it looks, and he's going to roll a check to see what he can determine about that. Okay, with a 7, he says, looks pretty old to me. I mean, definitely before my time. Cool. What do you guys do now?
Orvex, dude, you've been here a few times. You know any other cool temple locations? Anything else nearby we might want to check out?
Ooh,
Probably that or going and fighting a giant frog.
You hear him like laugh, sort of like a forced laugh, like a ha 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 ha, and he says, "Well, if I can remember accurately, the next shrine is north of here. It's quite close to the causeway. We should be able to see it from the causeway, in fact. But yeah, it's a little ways on. I'd say like an hour or so north of us, if you want to try and check that out." And he seems kind of even reluctant in his tone of voice.
An hour?
Yeah, an hour.
Is there like a cart or something we can push along in? Last time we had to walk for an hour, we had carts.
What?
I haven't seen any carts around here unless you brought one with you.
Nah. All right. You guys up for a walk? Up for a hike?
Got nothing better to do. I help myself to some more breakfast.
Okay,
Let me finish this first. Yeah, sorry.
Cool. So you guys head north?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Cool. All right.
As well.
So he leads you along this causeway for about half an hour or so. What's the marching order that you guys want to have?
I like being near the front. I like hopping around and looking at things.
Cool.
I like complaining about how hard the walk is, except if I'm distracted by anything else, and then it seems to not be a problem.
Who wants to be third? No one?
Can I drop back? Like, unless someone
Caesar
else
will be last
specifically-
because he's fat, slow boy.
Oh, I was
Okay,
gonna
okay.
walk like 50 feet behind the
Column.
team sort of thing because
You want to go
Okay.
ahead?
to be a
Keep an eye out.
or I could go ahead if you prefer. Yeah, I don't. I'd like to be either like 50 feet behind the group, whichever one.
When we saw the snaky boys before, were they on the causeway when we spotted them out?
No, when you spotted
No.
them, they were sort of at the base of the cliff over here, as I recall.
So we want to walk the causeway, but we don't want to be like instantly spotted from everywhere.
Okay. How do you intend to achieve that?
Is it like walking in the middle of the causeway? It's wide enough that you're not instantly visible everywhere, or is it just
It's
the causeway?
about a 10-foot wide causeway, and it's about 5 or 6 feet high. So, I mean, if the people you're talking about are close to the causeway, they might not see you properly. But if they're a distance away from it, they'd probably have a decent view.
Okay, so maybe we'll walk like 45 minutes there, and then the last quarter of the distance, like just off the side of it.
Okay, cool.
Can we
So-
walk just beside the whole time? But yeah, fine.
Sweet. Okay, as you walk along, you see a camp to your left, like a couple of moldy tents, and surrounded by the normal buildings in the Omuan style that you've seen. A couple of rotting, like, pieces of fabric. It looks like a very old camp, and there's a couple of bits of cloth and stakes of wood. Do you guys continue ahead?
What's
Yeah, I'm not
that,
interested.
Orvie?
He says, I mean, I haven't really spent much time. It doesn't look old or related to ancient Omu, or it doesn't have inscriptions. Have I mentioned how much I love inscriptions? So I haven't really looked into it. I mean, it's a moldy camp. It doesn't really
So I've
interest
got
me.
Bit ahead of everyone.
All right.
Cool.
That's cool.
All right. So you guys continue ahead.
Doop, doop.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a bit ahead of everyone. Sorry.
Cool. All right. Make a perception check, please. Scrambamble.
Yeah.
Scrambamble.
Okay. With a 17, you manage to see. Just let me refer to my notes quickly. You see a similar sort of walled stone building, about the same size as the shrine with the clay gladiators inside of it. And similar sort of stone monoliths flank the entrance to the ruin. You see some ferns grow in the courtyard around it and between the flagstones of the area immediately around it. And that's all you see from that angle. Sorry, let me just jump back to what we're talking about. You are
The
looking
one
at...
that's had
The one that's been drawn on.
plants added to it,
There's
Yeah.
fern.
Is it that
dancing ferns on it.
yeah, basically it is precisely this.
one? Cool. All right. I'll wait for the group to catch up.
Cool. The rest of you see exactly what I described.
This it?
Yeah, you mean the label?
I know. I'm just putting labels on things as we go through.
Cool. Orvex, you said that to Orvex, I imagine, Scramble?
Yeah. Where do you
Okay.
get those? Like, this is the temple?
Orvex says, yep, that's the one.
Alright. Anything we should know about it?
I mean, I'd need to refresh myself on the sort of monoliths at the front. Should we go closer so I can examine them?
Hell yeah!
Alright.
Okay. So let me just grab your icons here.
I'm gonna be like, dudes, watch this, and I'm gonna do a front flip off of the causeway.
Okay, don't move your icon for a sec because I need to copy it.
Okay.
All right, can you guys see the thing?
Oh, down bottom, right, I've not scrolled. Okay, yeah.
Just scroll out.
down,
Oh,
yeah.
there we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, yes, you see what you couldn't see quite from the causeway is there are a pair of stone doors that provide presumably entry to this big flat square building. And it has a pair of monoliths on either side of it and a bunch of ferns and Okay, cool. And these monoliths out the front of the shrine, this one here and this one here, are very plain and just are basically like pointy Washington monuments. What do you guys do?
Hey, Orvex, there any cool writing around here?
I think for this shrine, the writing is actually on the front doors. Are we comfortable going inside?
Hang
I'm
on,
like
hang
already
on.
walking up towards the front door.
I'm like, you meant to let me do.
So
But
Jex
okay,
immediately
as he
rushes
says
up.
that, when I'm halfway along, I'll start trying to sneak.
Okay, make a
that's an in character side. That's like a
Yeah.
thing.
make a
my
stealth
thing.
check.
That's a 6 because I have disadvantage on stealth because of my
Cool.
armor.
You feel loud and clumpy.
But I'm doing like a
Stampy.
comical, like sneaky walk.
Nice.
Full
Dun, dun,
Scooby-Doo
dun.
walking.
Cool. So you get close to the doors and you see sort of sculptural reliefs decorate the doors, and they seem to show a horned rabbit charging a small feral-looking bear with sharp claws. And a cuneiform message seems to be etched above the doors. And
I'm
go on.
yeah.
Go on.
I'm just gonna try and read it as if it were normal letters, like try and pronounce it and pretend to Orvex that I'm reading it.
Okay. You say out loud, Clohinhuon von Klepsplon Splinsklaxklu.
That's exactly what I do.
And Orvex says, I see that you're trying to learn Amuan as well. Do the rest of you join them or do you hang back?
Joining
I'm
them.
gonna hang back a little bit and just like have someone sort of keep an eye out the gates for more snaky boys.
Okay, Fleet.
I'm going over here, looking
Okay.
around the side.
Cool. What you see is...
A bear!
A giant rabbit.
A bear, a giant, yeah,
Attacking
like
a small
jackal
bear.
or something.
You see an empty courtyard.
Got it. Cool.
Okay, so basically Orvex says, yes, I see that you're trying to brush up on your ancient Amuan as well. That actually translates to the Jinn teaches us, and sorry, I should correct that. Le Jinn teaches us to take the path least expected.
Take the path least expected.
What did you say? Le Jin? Are you trying to like speak French? Are
No,
you trying
no.
to speak Elven, or are you? Or is
I've-
that like a name?
All
I've
Elven's French.
cross-referenced it. I've cross-referenced it many times, and it is definitely how it's pronounced. I find it bizarre as well, but there you go.
Okay, because when you said the gin, I thought we were gonna like drink some gin.
Nope, just weird pronunciation.
So you
So
said
what?
Le Jin says to take the path least expected.
Yes, and I believe Le Jinn is one of the sort of
Well.
tricksters in that story that I was telling you guys snippets of. I mean, I've pieced it together, and it seems to be one of those like allegories.
Path least expected.
Scramble calls over his shoulder like, if this is just some ploy to get us to be friends with nerds, I'm not for.
Scramble.
Was Le Jin the one who like didn't
I-
want to help people but liked pranking him too much, so he tried to help people?
No, I think this is one of my sort of medium favorites. I'd put it at space number 4. Basically, when I was talking to you about, the Al Mirage, basically made Obolaka Azorbo very angry by spoiling a stew that he was preparing for Optoa. Basically, that's this situation here.
Take the path that's least expected. Scramble, have a spider.
I'm sorry, what?
You're going on the roof.
Alright, let's go. I don't even eat the spider, then you're like, no, you need this. I'm like, oh, right, yeah.
Wait.
Come back for it.
Dude, don't you? I'm talking to Fleeb for a second. I'm like, hey, Fleeb, don't you just like do digging magic?
Yes.
Why not try some digging magic?
Scramble's already halfway up the wall.
Okay, cool. Like, he's eating the spider now.
Oh no!
but,
If you don't want, if you don't want me to,
No,
that's
he
fine.
looked
Like,
digging,
happy-
like it can only move. It can only move mud, but I think, and it's quite slow.
And not that much of it as well. It's like
Yeah,
a
it's-
cube.
That's to be fair. That's a whole cube indicated on here. These are 5 foot squares.
there's
Yeah.
a lot less expected than going in the roof.
I just like you can have we can have Scramble look up at the roof, but while he does that, if you just maybe like move some dirt around the walls and see if there's any hidden.
Cantrip. You can choose a portion of dirt or stone that you can see within range that fits within a 5-foot cube. You manipulate it in one of the following ways. If you target a loose earth, you can instantly actuate it, move it on the ground, and deposit 5 feet away. This movement. Yeah, sod it. I try to do the trick of doing it under the door.
Okay, so this is called mold earth. Okay, so you tried to go under the door and come up on the other side, right?
Yep.
Okay, you go under, and you manage to make a tunnel leading what you presume is under the door level, but then you come up against like a stone surface, and it doesn't mold.
It's like
Who wants to try
the
pushing the stone?
foundation. What happened? I like the plan with the spider climb. That's unexpected.
He's up there looking around on the roof, right?
Is that
What can you
happening?
see?
Did you use that spell or?
Sure, I've used it.
Okay, I'll
Do you
go.
even
Yeah,
need it?
sure. I'll head up onto the roof.
Okay,
What,
you
me?
head up. You're
I-
attempting to walk onto the roof.
Yeah.
Actually, before you
No?
do that,
All right.
can you
Yeah.
climb quite well anyway?
What is climbing?
Because
Let me
I'm
show
thinking, because I'm thinking that maybe we should actually give it to Caesar, because then if we give Caesar a rope, he can actually hold onto all of our weights.
Dude,
you
can't
might not
Caesar
be able-
can't Caesar just fly up there?
What?
Oh yeah.
What?
He's done this before while he was a spider, right? He's done stuff in the wind.
Oh,
This isn't
right.
new.
The jump distance is doubled for the 10.
Oh, right.
Okay, so what happens, guys?
Give me a boost. Yeah, I've got decent. I assume acrobatics. You're asking.
Just
As
fall
long
up
as
the
you're
wall.
climbing in a fancy way.
So Scramble is walking up the building.
Or am I not now? Are you giving it to Caesar to drop a rope and pull us up?
I mean, we don't all need to be looking at.
You go on the roof. You go on the roof. I made a call. I gave you a spider. You're already on the roof. Done.
All right, up I go.
Okay, you walk up to the top of the building and you find a perfectly smooth stone roof that roughly resembles like a trapezoid or a conical flask with no features to speak of whatsoever.
No openings if I walk all the way around.
No chimneys, nothing.
Nothing. I'll have a quick. I mean, I can walk all well, so a quick walk around the side of.
You can't help.
Peer over the. I
You
peer
walk
over
around
the
the
edge
sides?
around the sort of
Okay.
thing.
Okay, you see.
See if there's any windows or anything, and any other ways in.
You don't see any windows. It seems to be built like a tomb or a crypt or like it's built very strangely.
Maybe that wording is only when you're inside.
Seems like it.
Because
fun, though.
because the warriors didn't follow us outside, so maybe that only makes sense when you're inside.
With
I mean, we might as well
Caesar
spend
goes
a
and,
minute.
pushes on the door to see whether it will open.
Sorry, Caesar does what?
Pushes on the door to see whether it opens.
Okay, you push open the door. It swings open very easily. And
Ta-da!
beyond, you see a 10-foot wide hallway that strikes off into the gloom. And it sort of gets, obviously, darker. That's what I mean by gloom. And carved tiles on this hallway's floor depict various beasts in a sort of decorative, like checkerboard pattern. And that is where we're going to end the session. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. If you have any suggestions or any ideas that we should incorporate, things you want to hear more of, things you would like to hear less of, just let us know at thewronghandspodcast@gmail.com. So THEWRONGHANDSPODCAST@gmail.com.